Ladies and gentlemen, once again it is the Mason and Friends Show, featuring that dude called the Jew.
Hi, girls.
As well as the illustrious poet Trey X.
AKA the leader of the congregation. Fuck the Supreme Court and fuck Clarence Thomas. One time for your mind, two time for your soul.
As well as that dude called Mike, AKA the Transporter.
Yeah.
Me, I am Mason. These are my friends. Welcome to the Mason and Friends Show.
What's happening, y'all? What's good out there today? It's hot as fuck this weekend.
It has been toasty.
Toasty, yeah. It's been kind of my arm getting crispier than what it is.
Crispier.
Yeah, it's getting crispier.
Your window arm?
Yep, window arm getting crispier.
And window arms be doing that, man.
Oh, always, especially now. You know,
Like
especially
shit.
now. But
What you got?
I don't want to get into the whole thing with the Supreme Court. I feel it's just a little too much.
We try to keep the show light, and the Supreme Court shit's a little bit, the Roe v. Wade shit's a little bit too heavy.
Like I said beforehand, fuck the Supreme Court and fuck Clarence Thomas. I said what I said, I meant what I meant, deal with it.
That's just the start of losing freedom.
Well,
a lot more coming.
Here's the thing. Here we
There's
go.
gonna be more bullshit that
Here we go.
There's gonna be more bullshit they
Like
gonna try to take from you.
we need
It's just-
real
it's just
laws.
line them up.
We need
like
real
ants.
laws, and we need to stand up for them. It's too fucking much to expect at
But
this
anyway.
point, you know, because
Moving
everything's too
on.
fucked. But yeah, we shouldn't delve too
Well,
far
that's
into
fucked
it.
up because
Yeah,
now
we're
it's
not
already
gonna
started.
go
You're
into
already,
that.
you're already not letting people do what they want to do. That's just the first step of it. Next thing you know, like I said, line them all up, make them line them. Let's all line up like ants.
We've had a progressive agenda against freedom for a long time in this country, and you know, the Patriot Act, there's a lot of stuff that legislators could do to make laws that could make us more free, but they don't want to do that.
It's gonna be fun. Like when did they start talking about running for presidency? Maybe next year. What is it? 22? When is it? 24?
They'll start. You'll see it here probably by the end of this year.
It'll be after the midterms.
Yeah.
It won't be. It'll probably be another.
Because the midterms are now. You got some
Probably
midterms
another
going
year.
on.
They usually
It'll be a whole
start.
another year?
They start about 18 months before the
Yeah.
election.
Yeah,
So we're probably
that's
looking
usually
at
how that goes.
what
Did Trump
April.
say he's gonna run?
April
I don't
23.
know.
He'll run.
He hasn't yet, but you know what? I'm hoping that I doubt it'll happen, but I'm hopeful that these January 6th committee motherfuckers will actually make it so that he can't, because I don't think
It'll
he's...
shut everybody up. Just quiet. There needs to
He
be
could
a
be
quiet.
vice president. Like he could have his kid be
No,
president.
no,
You know,
no.
he could be vice president. No,
If
he
they
couldn't
get
be
him,
vice
well, his
president.
kid could be
His kid
His kid
president.
could be president.
But the thing that they would try to get him to not be viable to be a president after, you know, they're going to say he incited the insurrection and all this
and all
stuff.
that shit.
And like, I don't really necessarily fully agree with that, but if they can pull it off and get it so that he's not available, I wouldn't mind, because like, I think that the way people react to him is so bad that I don't want to put the people in this country that can't stand him to the point that they lose their mind in that position.
He's
like,
an idiot, but he knew how to make us money, man.
he certainly
He knew how to
I'm
make us
telling you, man,
motherfucking money, but he was a fucking idiot.
things were not nearly as bad as they are
God
now.
damn, he can
Like,
make us some
But
money.
anyway, moving on from
You know.
that, because I'm not going to get into that. I don't need my blood pressure going through the roof.
right. Bring up, what do you have that's lighthearted for the congregation today,
But
Trey?
I do have something. To the people that are taking a lyric to a Beyonce song a little too literal, y'all need to come to the front of the congregation.
That
We
shit
must
is
have
just
a
for
word.
idiots. Like, I posted some shit, y'all. If y'all follow me on JAY_Rod_Statham on Instagram, I posted some shit just like take the warning labels off of shit and let stupidity work itself out.
And
This is one of
clearly,
those
this is one
moments
of
right
those
here.
moments. Because for those of you that have been living under a rock, Beyonce just released her latest single, Break My Soul, which I've heard, and it's catchy for what it is. But there is a lyric in the song that's not sung by her, though. It's sung by someone else. An artist by the name of Big Frida, representing New Orleans. The quote-unquote queen of bounce music. Drop one of those bombs from New Orleans, please.
Oh, wait a minute.
Either way. That's acceptable, too.
What up, Big Frida?
But anyway, the lyrics themselves, this is what was said. I got this from the internet. Release your anger, release your anger, release your mind, release your job, release the tide, release your trade, release the stress, release your love, forget the rest. Now, where in that in those verse, and where in that verse does it say for you to really quit your job?
No, that doesn't sound like quit a job to me. That sounds like you've got to let the stress of that shit out on a daily basis, like you're doing yoga or meditation.
Like you need to be fucking. That's what she said. Go fuck because you're stressed. You're stressed.
Fuck your stress away.
Fuck your stress away. That's what I got out.
That's what you took from it.
See, that's what they're saying. People interpret it as quitting their job.
She might be a freak.
So,
Big Frida should be a freak, I think. You know what I mean, that's where I think she'd be coming from. A name like that.
You do realize that's a gay man, right?
All right, well, he should be a freak. He should be a freak too. Then I mean, fuck.
Either way. But either way,
anybody other than me, I don't know.
Why are we taking like people?
Anybody other than me, I don't know who they are.
I gotta Google all these people, whatever y'all say some shit.
But anyway, it's like the lyric to that song just, and people are literally quitting their jobs over
it. But hey, look, you know what? It is the great. What is it?
The Great Resignation.
So I mean, if you got the power to quit your motherfucking job that you don't like being at,
but I guarantee you, this is like, oh yeah, Beyonce told me to quit my job. I'm like, okay, y'all do realize
that's an idiot. If you did that
y'all
shit
do
because
realize
Beyonce
like she is
told
not
me
paying
to.
y'all's bills.
Do you think that people are going to blame Beyonce when they have no money in a few months?
I have a feeling that they will.
It could be. There's so many.
They're going to be like, if it wasn't for Beyonce and that big Frida song.
Frida that told me, what was that song? What's the song? The title of the song?
The song is called "Break My Soul."
If I didn't listen to "Break My Soul" and quit my motherfucking job,
Big Frida broke my soul, and now I ain't got no job.
All right.
Beyonce broke your soul.
Hey, look.
Credited to Beyonce.
We talked about this on the last episode. A woman got paid $5.3 million for fucking getting an STD and a goddamn dude's whip from the guy. So a motherfucker losing their job and fucking put that shit on Beyonce because the song made me fucking do it.
But you ain't got no insurance against a song.
There is a
making you think something crazy.
Oh,
there is not. No, there is not a possibility.
Motherfuckers have tried to turn shit on fucking.
You can make some money
music.
off that. Yeah.
I listened to this one.
If State Farm paying out $5 million, for fucking Hep B. If Geico paying out $5 million.
Well, that's because Geico is stupid. They wrote their shit.
State Farm will give you $8.
They wrote their shit stupid. No, because State Farm, I doubt it's in State Farm's clause. I bet there's a way. They're like,
it's got to be in that little window where the old bald guy takes everybody to, where they're all up there. It's got to be in there.
What are you talking
about? The bald dude that's from State Farm. He takes everybody up to the wall, and they're all the little squares of their little scenes have been in that bitch. You know what I'm saying? Of what?
Man, no, you're talking about farmers, dude.
Oh, that's farmers. Yeah, bump. That is different motherfuckers.
Yeah, that's.
God damn.
Yeah, you gotta get your shit right,
man.
They
must have quit because I ain't seen that bald fucker on TV in a hot minute.
I don't know. I think it's still.
Farmers are still.
I don't know. It's still around
out there.
Yeah. But it's like people. Don't quit your job because you heard it in a Beyonce song.
Quit your job because you want to quit your job, preferably that you have another job lined up.
Yeah,
if it's really...
Last I checked, Beyonce is worth $450 million. She is not paying y'all's damn bills.
Nor is she telling you to quit her job.
She told y'all she wasn't paying nobody's bills in 99.
What's his name do in Bronx Tale when he got to crying about such and such on the team?
Huh? Come on, man. You got to give me more specifics than that. Bronx Tale.
Remember when Al Pacino was talking? It wasn't Al Pacino. It was
De Niro.
When De Niro was talking to
his son.
Come
on, Mike.
When the basketball player quit the team, whatever, he was crying.
Was he a little boy or was he grown up?
He was a little boy. He was like, does he pay your bills?
It wasn't basketball. It was Babe Ruth, I think, right?
Oh, Mickey Mantle left.
It was one of them.
Or the Dodgers left Brooklyn or something like that.
He was like, is he paying your bills? Is he providing food? What are you crying for? He don't care about you. It's the same thing.
Was that Robert or was that Sonny told him that?
De Niro. I think that's De Niro.
Yeah, De Niro told him that because De Niro was basically in his face anytime when it came to fucking like working and shit like that.
Yeah, the working man's a sucker.
Sonny told me the working man's a sucker.
The working man's a sucker. You're always gonna be a sucker.
You know who's a sucker? He's a sucker.
The bus, man.
Let him get up every day and go to work every day. Do what I do every day. Provide every day.
You think it's cool to make money from keeping people scared?
They fear him, man. It's fear. It's fear.
Fear keeps him in line. They don't love him. They fear him.
To be loved or feared.
That's what he goes and asks him.
He says sometimes it's both or whatever.
Better to be loved. But if I had my choice, I would choose fear. That's what he says.
Sonny driving
Is it better to love or be feared?
Sonny driving that motherfucking car backwards through the whole fucking neighborhood. Yeah, that's just gangster shit.
That is pretty gangster
shit.
But
I don't think the car could go forward because he picked the old girl up on a date.
Dude driving, to do the test. See, Cologio.
That's it.
whatever it
Would
is.
drive, Colegio would drive it everywhere.
Collegio, that's a tough name to say. What should we say we call you C?
Because he drove it, and then that's when dude thought he put that bomb in that motherfucker or whatever. That's when he ran up on him.
Yeah.
Right in the middle of it, right at the end or whatever. That was right before he
Just
went.
No. There was no bomb in it.
They were throwing Molotovs.
No, he pulled the kid out of the car with the other kids because the other kids were going to try to find the
His
black
car was
kids.
started or some shit. Yeah, no. Sonny said something was wrong with his car. Yeah.
Sonny
I just
snatched
told
him
you
out,
what
yeah.
happened. Sonny caught him when he got in the car with his douchebag kids.
He opened that motherfucking door, but
He
snatched
said,
his ass right the
get
fuck
out of the
out.
car. Like, because...
But that was different. That wasn't the time when he took the black chick out. And
Yeah,
then
it is.
was the
yeah,
time.
it is. Because he ended up taking the black girl out. They drove through the neighborhood, threw the Molotov in the window. The black guys took the Molotov, tossed it back in the car. They got burnt up. When he come back to drop her off in the neighborhood,
yeah,
They
the
were
car
dead.
was
the car was
burned up.
already fucked up.
Yeah.
They were already gone.
They were all fucked up. Yeah.
But anyway, moving on from that, it's like, don't quit your job because Beyonce. Just don't do it.
Don't do
Don't do
anything because
anything
Beyonce
stupid.
tells you to do it. You know
Don't
what
do
I mean?
anything
Don't
that's
take
You
that
gotta do.
literally.
You gotta do all sorts of
works for
things
you.
for you. You
Don't
can't.
take it literally.
Yeah. Don't let the
If
whole.
you're gonna listen to that song, at least do it at a party. And speaking of party,
Well, don't let the system fuck with your shit. That's what it is. You can't let the motherfuckers like override your thought processes because of the system outside of you. Worry about what you can't control.
okay,
Don't get all worked
I
up.
gather that. But anyway, speaking of party, all these young people in Florida that
Damn it.
decided to break into an $8 million mansion and have a wild party and
Y'all
a
do
boxing
the damn thing, y'all
and
little motherfuckers.
and a boxing match and post every
Hold on, they
bit
had
of
a
video.
boxing match in
Yeah,
that
they had
motherfucker
a,
too?
they had a video.
Damn, these motherfucking kids was doing it.
Anyway, they were. Damn it, I lost track.
Relax, Trey.
Yeah. He got worked up, didn't
all
he?
good,
He got
brother.
worked up.
It's all good,
I
man.
got completely off track. I apologize for that. But they had
They
a boxing
posted it.
match, a party, and posted it on social media. Do they not realize that, one, you just created evidence. Number two, what you do offline, what you do online will get you jammed up
Well,
offline.
it's cloud chasers.
I don't think that anybody on these younger generations really realizes just how set up they are to fail by this, like, record everything and put it out mentality.
It's like, do y'all realize
Look,
y'all creating
I'm gonna
evidence?
tell something to you youngins out here right now.
Oh, Mike's looking at the camera now. Pay attention.
Go watch Menace to Society. You're gonna learn something from that.
They're gonna not learn because they're gonna spend the whole time. Oh, what is that thing? What is this VHS thing?
Yeah. But destroy the
not what-
tape.
That's not what it's
Destroy
about.
the tape.
Well, don't record it in the
For
first
those of
place.
you who have not seen
7 years. That's all you got to be there for.
Huh?
7
Squatting.
years.
He's talking about squatting.
All right.
Where
all
the
right,
fuck did that come from?
Florida.
You
all
think they're gonna
Florida
break
is-
into an
all
$8 million
Florida
house and stay there for
all
7
Florida
fucking
is
years?
Empty houses. All Florida is empty
gain
houses.
of
A
squatter
quarter
rights.
of them on $1 million houses of drug dealers who probably never lived here, but they did when they were selling all the drugs. Either went to jail or they just rolled on back where they was and they
So-
left their $1 billion crib wherever and
Let
where.
me get this right.
You're out of your mind, Jew.
From
Right?
our homie to Jew. Right now, I've gathered this information about Florida. If you ain't never been to Florida and you go by this man's description of Florida, Florida is full of empty drug lord houses, meth gators, and fucking
I haven't
crazy
seen
ass
that
white
gators
people.
yet. Yeah, there's definitely crazy ass white people.
I think there's all kinds of crazy
Because
people.
they come forever. They come forever everywhere down
I
there.
think
in
Florida man comes in all races, all shapes, and all sizes. You know what I'm
The
saying?
Florida man
Because you don't
reports
have
though,
just regular
have
Florida
been
crazy people there.
Caucasian though.
You have everybody from the United States somehow gets down to Florida. So you
Yeah,
got
that's what
all
I'm
the
saying.
states are crazy. Not just Florida crazy. You
That's what I'm
got
saying.
all the states are crazy.
Everybody down
But
there.
Florida seems
Maybe
to be
not
the
Hawaii.
epicenter.
I don't see anybody going from Hawaii
I don't
to
think
Florida.
I don't think Florida's the epicenter. I think it's a
It's
magnet.
the magnet.
It's
Yeah,
a
it's the
magnet.
magnet for them.
Magnet.
It's calling them.
That's right.
But either way, it's like,
It's
number
appealing.
one, the house was actually occupied. The people that had the house were on vacation, number one. Number two,
That's even funnier right there.
yeah,
Like,
still, it's like,
they
you
do
jump-
it. So these motherfuckers cased this house though. They watched
Yeah, but
this house.
what's
They knew.
what's always gonna get what breaking and entering? What if you say the door was open?
I
It's a-
think,
well, it
depends on a
it's
lot
more
of
than
shit.
that.
They were stealing
They
shit.
stole shit.
Oh well, goddamn
They
it!
stole like a $1,500 bottle of wine. They
Son of
stole
a bitch.
a,
What if he didn't steal it?
He didn't steal. He probably drunk it.
who knows? But anyway, they stole a Saint Laurent purse, which is a high-end designer, if you will, and that's over like the Galleria and whatnot.
Well, that means your security was shit then.
the
Clearly
lakeside
had to have
home.
been because the police actually broke the party up.
The lakeside home that features an infinity pool was listed on Zillow for $7.95 million
Oh, so they was fitting to sell that bitch.
prior to the Rager. That's what it looks like from what I'm seeing. Like
Okay, so they was
So they were
fitting to
fixing to
sell
sell.
it.
they might have seen it on like a website or something and been like, yo,
Yeah,
I
we
know
can
where
do
that
it,
is,
yeah.
and we can party our asses off in that bitch.
And they got caught for it. I don't know.
So then, fucking,
anybody got
if it's already listed and shit on Zillow, that means all they had was a little lockbox on that bitch, and you just breaking into that motherfucker,
Maybe.
the key out.
Oh, jeez, they're burglarizing
maybe.
rings. This kid literally has 5 fucking rings on his fingers, all 5 of his rings, and he's taking a selfie. Like, this is crazy.
He
Let's
did a Thanos. Did he snap with it?
I don't know. It must be what he's trying to
He's
do.
missing the other ring. He had 5, right? Or was it 4?
No, he's got 5. There's one on the
It was the
tip of his
green, the
thumb.
purple, the blue, and the...
He's trying to think of that
Stop
infinity
thinking of Thanos, you fuck.
ring. He's working on it.
Mike, you're a
But
derailing ass
still, like,
motherfucker.
you were taking photos of. Like, y'all realize y'all setting yourself up for
this
some
is
shit?
this is what the
I'm
system
squatting like a
wants.
motherfucker.
This is what the system wants.
Yeah.
If you fuck up, they want you to fully record it and give it to them.
It's easier. It's easier for them.
We're sort of doing that right now.
Yeah, it's easier for them boys to
see you.
just do that.
Camera lens. Say it again, Drew. What'd you say?
It's easier for them for just have you put it on film.
That's
or
what I'm
camera,
saying. That's what the
or
system
whatever.
wants.
Like
The
pretty
system-
soon they're gonna start going
Yep,
to
when you go viral,
speed
they
traps
come and-
everywhere.
That's
you know?
right.
come and
So the
get your
police
ass.
ain't gonna have to sit on the side road and fuck with you all the time.
Well,
That's what they should do. That would make it a lot easier. Just
Would
in the
you
cops
slow down?
actually-
Would you slow down?
Be careful.
No, I wouldn't.
That's the
I
right.
was saying,
That's
no,
how
I
you-
want to slow down
that's how you
still.
end up getting jammed up.
But then the cops could actually be cops and actually help people out, and not just drive by some motherfucker on the side of the fucking road trying to change his fucking tire.
They do
because
that.
you want to
That
get up a
shit.
little farther and pull over and fucking either check your fucking phone or see somebody like me doing 80. You know, nah, let's not actually help this motherfucker who's
See,
on the
that's-
side of the road.
That's the reason
You
why
know
I
what
want
I
to
mean?
legalize drugs and prostitution,
Here we
so that the children can have proper policing.
Yeah, but don't
That
break
shit
into
does
somebody's
get
damn house and have a party.
Hey,
Look for where the
look.
doors
Well,
open.
I tell you what,
Technically-
I want to go party with those kids. 'Cause
Them
they-
motherfuckers, if they
that's
had,
presidential as it gets. I'm gonna
if they
party with
had
them.
a fucking actual, the mansion was already for sale, so technically, the motherfuckers should have had their shit out of there.
Nah,
Yeah.
Mike, that ain't always how it works,
I
man.
know it
Even
ain't
for
always how
$8
it
million
works.
homeowners, they still
Look.
need to sell the house before they get the next house and move their shit
I'm
into.
about to buy this bitch. I
With
want to
what?
see what it's about.
With what?
That's all I want. I'm waiting
No,
for
that's
my.
how, that's what
That's
his
how you gonna
excuse
play
would
it
be.
off.
I'm waiting for my broker to hit me up.
When
6
you're-
a.m. He's showing up. and
When
we're
you're
gonna walk it.
18, you really think you could pull that shit off?
He wouldn't have thought about it then.
At the party
He wouldn't
house.
have thought
They
about
ain't
it
gonna
then.
know.
You've known him a long time, Mike. This sounds like something.
They
He
ain't
wouldn't have
got
pulled
it.
that one off.
They're just gonna sit there just with mouth wide open, just staring at him when they come to question him.
'Cause
That's what
look,
I'm gonna tell them. I'm about to buy this
I
bitch.
don't know if you remember this. There was a house before they tore it down where these townhouses are at, uptown, or I can't remember the road it's on, but or it was on. There was a mansion up here. Your brother actually found this motherfucking mansion, and he told me about it. Right, so we went up to this motherfucker. This shit was up in the cut. It was in the woods. Fucking nice ass joint. Doors was open. We up in this motherfucker kicking it. We chilling. Man, we go up this bitch, get fucked up all the fucking time, right? You wasn't with us. You was always in the camp, so you don't know nothing about this house. Yeah,
Nah, yeah, you
fuck
talking
yeah.
about back in the day, probably.
Yeah. Man, we was up in this motherfucker getting gassed up one time. Look out the window, motherfuckers rolled up to look at this fucking house. I'm like, yo, y'all, we gotta roll. Let's go out the back door, come around the side, right? So we come around the side, the motherfucker, the guy comes out and he's looking at shit. And he looks at us. I was like, yo, man, it's a nice house right here. What y'all asking for, you know? 1.3, I had 1.3. I don't think we can do that right now. You know,
That's
we
a
just
little
rolled
out of my
off.
range.
Yeah. Like, man, we just got fucked up and rolled the fuck out.
So they went in there and smelled your weed smoke?
I guarantee it, because we
I'm
had
quite
that
sure
motherfucker.
they did.
We
I'm quite
walked around
sure.
that motherfucker like we owned that house. Like, we was just chilling in that bitch, man. I'm quite sure I think one of us left a sheet sandwich in that motherfucker back in the day.
That's some disgusting shit to find in a house
Well,
after spending
fucking,
there for a day
Nah,
or so.
it was fresh because it was that day. We had to, like,
I'm
everything
saying,
we
though.
had, we just rolled.
Like sheets, I don't want 3-hour-old sheets in my house, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like,
look,
get the fuck out of here.
We got the fuck up out of there. You know, they ended up selling that house because we ain't go back there. Well, I think we were back there once.
Well, you probably scared yourselves enough to not want to go back to
Well,
that shit.
fucking Chewy, you remember Chewy used to live in the basements of motherfucking houses that was getting built and shit.
That's right.
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah, I remember that.
It was a house getting built. He'd sneak in that motherfucker. That's where he would like be posted up.
He'd camp out at night.
Yeah,
and
we used to know people that lived in the remember the woods over there. That was behind.
So you be rolling into homeless circles?
I never was in there. I didn't have to go there yet, but I know people up there. Like at the commuter lot, there was people that lived on both sides of it.
You know the homeless. You know the homeless around here. That's why people see you.
This one dude always had a house. He always lived with his mama.
Yeah.
But I don't know if we drive. He'd be like, "Yeah, I slept there last night."
He wouldn't stay there.
Like, bro, you live right around
the corner.
a block and a half up the road here.
Yeah. Was he getting fucked up and he didn't want to go home because his mama would have busted him?
I never knew what was going on with the home situation, but yeah, this motherfucker would not go home.
Don't know.
Wouldn't go home.
He probably still loves his mama now. But like I said, he would be posting in and out like when he lived up in the woods over there behind Warren's Lakes, and fucking then he lived fucking like I said, he'd be just pulling in and out at like what was that over there by
Bear Wallow, I think it was.
It was over there by like Kelly's Road, not Kelly's Ford, over there by like New Baltimore. Whatever that joint is over that area.
I know what you're talking about.
Kelly Road or something.
These people don't know what we're talking about.
Yeah. We've gone into deep minutia of the middle of nowhere.
But that motherfucker just posts up in the basement.
Shit,
which she cool because a lot of them don't have windows and shit, and you know what I mean. And like when they're building a house
straight up. Once there's a floor above you, you're gonna be warmer in there than you would be outside.
Yeah, you'd be alright.
When we went to Mexico, man, and fucking we had issues with the timeshare that we had. It was me, Kid, and this other shorty. We went down to Mexico, and they was like, yo, y'all got to pay like an extra $1,000, which we didn't have. You know, at the time, like, yo, what the fuck? We already paid for us to stay here. Now you saying we got to give y'all extra $1,000 when we show up? Like, nah, man, this ain't cool. So while Kid was trying to figure out how to get money from her moms to come over to overseas to help us out because we in Mexico or to the other country, I go out on the block. I'm like, yo, let me go around here and see what's going on. So I'm looking at these houses these guys were building. I'm like, you know what? I guarantee you one of these motherfuckers is open and they ain't doing no work in it, right? So I'm walking around. I see this house that had like covers over the furniture.
Were you hunting for homeless people at that point?
Fuck no, I was hunting for a house to go crash in for fucking 7 days. You know what I mean?
Did you find one? Did you go live in a basement for?
No, but I found a house. I definitely found a house we could have stayed in. I was like, boom. So I cased this joint out. It had the covers to show the furniture. Fuck with the doors. They opened up for me. You know what I mean? So I go on in there. I'm like, all right, this is cool because there was like
your key?
Yes. So there's like a privacy wall around the house. So I'm like, yo, we could stay in here and nobody would ever know we're in this motherfucker. You know what I mean? I fucking the water worked.
As long as you get rid of your trash and you clean your stuff out, you don't leave trash.
I learned that from the other house that we had fucking got up in that mansion. See, I learned the lesson there at that mansion. So now I'm here at this place right in Mexico, and I'm like, yo, we can make this happen.
Are you kidding me? I would have totally done that. So I've been like, fuck that, man. We're staying in the middle of nowhere in Mexico.
I went back to the motherfucking resort, and I told my homegirl, I said, check this out. In case we can't get the money to stay here, I got a place for us already. We're good. Don't even worry about nothing, so don't stress. You know what I mean? She was like, are you sure? I'm like, I'm positive. I got a plan. Like, as soon as we landed and they told us that, I'm like, I got to go put in work. I got to go figure something out right now.
Let me scout.
Let me do what I can do. Yeah, let me get my surroundings. Let me get my bearings. Let me know which way is what, where the bad shit is, where the good shit's at. And I was like, man, when we drove up here, I was like, yo, I saw a whole bunch of motherfuckers working on these houses out here. These are like summer rentals or vacation rentals out here. I guarantee you I can get into one of these motherfuckers. No, I can.
At least one.
At least one. So I tried a few and found one that worked. I was like, all right, cool. My key works here.
That's what's up.
I'm straight. Good to go.
Keys go a lot of places, man.
Yeah, they do.
All right. Moving on from that, before the show, Mike, you brought up something about the verses.
Cuz this is for you, my cousin Tasha. She is a Rickety Ship crew member.
Shout out, Tasha. What's happening?
She said, she goes, look, I need y'all to see what the fuck, y'all got to talk about the verses. I said, all right, let me see what it's working with. So I dove into the verses that just happened with Marcus Houston and Mario.
It was Omarion and
Mario. Who did I just say? Mario and
Marcus Houston.
Oh, okay, yeah, Omarion.
Okay, Yahoo News one day ago says Omarion and Mario versus. Yeah. Ray J actually won.
Ray J was crying.
I don't know what that means.
Tell you even Ray J's part of that shit, because fucking this motherfucker got on stage and I guess he was singing the one song he has, which I didn't know about. You know what I mean?
And I had forgotten about
And
it.
he's singing Some I Wish, but this shit was sounding horrible, man. I mean, the motherfuckers, let's put it this way.
Hold up, I got
The
this.
only person that was singing, that's the group, that's the guys that he got mad about.
Yeah, he just shook his head.
Yeah, because because the part he was singing,
Yeah.
he wasn't. So these guys come out there and they sung the hook and he got upset with them because he's like, man, it's my time to shine. I'm supposed to do this part here.
Oh, please. AJ, you only got famous because of Kim Kardashian.
He said his voice was crackling and shit because he was holding the baby. First of all, why are you gonna go on stage saying hold the baby?
Yeah,
No.
that doesn't really make a lot of
It
sense to
doesn't
take the
make a
baby
lot of
to
sense,
that.
especially with him.
Dude, I'm telling you, like, that's dangerous shit, I would think, for a child. Like,
And also, I
don't got a baby, but I wouldn't carry one on stage
I saw a photo of it. There is one part in the verses in which Omarion brings out a watermelon.
Yeah, the
on
motherfucker
stage.
brings out half a watermelon. Just starts eating this motherfucker.
The ancestors are looking like, what kind of Jim Crow shit is this?
Nah, he was on his coonery, I think.
he's on his. Jesus Christ, Mike.
I'm just saying, man.
He
Like,
said it.
the motherfuckers
You
out
see,
there.
Trey, I resisted saying it. I was like, he did what?
He goes out there, he's eating his watermelon, shares it with some bitch in the front row. You know what I mean? Like singing,
Shit, I grew
trying
up
to.
He was sharing watermelon on stage?
Yeah, he would. No, some bitch was in the front row. He had her eat the same spot he was eating at.
Eat right
You
here.
would take a bite out of my bite.
Yeah, yeah.
Bite right here. Bite right here.
Like,
Yeah.
the only person that
Take a slower
actually,
bite. I want them juices to run down your cheek.
the only
tongue
person
on.
that actually sang was Mario that night. All the rest of them,
See that seed? I want you to
Yeah.
flick that seed out of that
Yeah,
watermelon
that's
with your
it.
tongue,
Yeah, that's
baby.
it.
they tried to sing and they were just, man, Autotune, I'm telling you, Autotune is a very powerful tool.
Yeah, that's it.
Let's put it that way.
Let's just leave it to that.
Auto-tune is a very
Because-
fucking powerful tool.
That's
Neither one of
terrible.
those. Have those guys done anything
Shout out to
recently?
Pink Fox.
Well, like, here's the thing, though. Like,
Appreciate you.
who? Oh, Pink Fox.
Appreciate
Pink Fox. We appreciate you for putting the Jew in a
Right state of
talkative
mind.
state of mind. We appreciate it.
Because Omarion,
See, my question is, no, wait a minute, hold up. Because Versus is something that I've heard about. I've never really took any time to watch.
yeah.
What, they sing a song back and forth?
No,
They
they perform 20 songs.
They
You get-
perform their
you get-
catalog back and forth,
Not their
right?
catalog, just 20 songs out of their catalog.
That's
Right,
what I'm saying.
sure,
You-
not
They
their
sing a
full.
song and then they sing a song back?
Yeah.
And it goes
And-
back and forth.
Now,
back
is
and
it they
forth.
just do like a verse back and forth, or
No,
they do
no,
an entire
they
song,
do-
like 2 or 3 minute, 4 minute
I'm
long
not
songs?
even sure how long
I
the
think they
songs are,
probably
but I
have
know they
to-
do.
half-
they
like
do,
half of a song,
They do
you
a
know
good
what I mean?
performance of their songs, like when you had the Lox versus Dipset. The Lox smashed Dipset because they was horrible. Dipset is not a good group.
They're not a good performer.
Nah, but Lox killed that shit.
See, because my real question is, who the fuck is Omarion? Who the fuck is Mario?
Mario's Mario's a R&B, old school
well,
R&B
why in
joint,
the
right? Or
Yeah.
just a different one?
Why
That's
the
the same
fuck-
Mario,
It's the
right?
same
But like, I've
Mario.
always heard of the people that have been on it before. You know what I mean?
So
Like,
that Mario-
I've always heard of at least one of them. I don't know who the fuck either of these
That's
dudes
what the
are.
problem was with this one
And
because people were like, neither one of them have 20 hits that people can say
That's
off
what I'm
top
saying.
of their
Where are they
head.
gonna have 20
Mario
songs
ain't
from?
Two
probably
of them
dropped
for Mario.
nothing. Mario ain't definitely probably ain't dropped nothing in 2000.
He's been dropping albums,
dropping
but nobody knows.
But nobody knows.
Yeah.
Oh fuck!
What
I
his
thought he
songs
stopped
are.
making music back since we were in school and shit.
So
'cause I ain't heard
Mario,
shit
I
about
don't
Mario.
remember when the fuck he had an album. Last thing I remember seeing a Marion in or on was
I don't know nothing about a Mario. I
some
never even heard of
dancing
that
shit
dude.
with his cousin, his play cousin.
Yeah, I
Marcus Houston.
It was like
They were in, I think, some.
Serve. That's it. You got served. There it is.
You Got
I
Served
think
was
what
the
it
movie.
was.
God damn it,
Patrick Swayze.
fucking with my button again over here.
Patrick Swayze ghost is running amok around here.
It don't even.
Yeah,
it's
anyway.
not even doing it.
It's like-
All right, this is it.
I remember Omarion vaguely from the group B2K back in the early 2000s.
B2K. Yeah, I remember hearing about them. What song they have?
I don't know.
forget. It's been years.
That's
Yeah.
back. That's
They-
like Jagged Edge
supposedly-
days and shit, eh?
Supposedly they look
Yeah,
kind
after
of.
Jagged Edge.
Supposedly they look kind of suspect because the joke was at the time was B2 gay.
Well, Trey, you think they're actually gay?
Well,
Have
one
you
of them
heard-
is. Two of them are, isn't it? I think two of them are
And two
gay.
of them were.
Do you like B2K?
No.
So are they too gay for Trey? You just don't like their music.
Didn't like their music then, don't like it now.
Okay, that's what's up.
Yeah, they were.
You know, we're always looking for things that are too gay for Trey.
Yeah. We gotta see
But
what's too gay
B2K
for
is
Trey.
like doesn't seem really like gay to me. They just seem like shitty R&B music.
They
was
weren't.
pretty
They
bad.
weren't.
Like-
They weren't
It
good.
was
Like, you know,
pretty
like
bad.
I don't consider like Elton John's music like gay, even though if you think about all the love songs and you know that he's gay, you would assume that he's singing to a man, right?
Yeah.
Like, but I don't care. Like he
Who?
makes good songs. Elton
Elton
John.
John.
You know what I'm saying? Like I
He
hate
dressed
the,
kind of. I mean, he's
like-
straight there, right?
Well, I love it.
Today years old Junior learned that Elton John is gay.
That's Rockin' Man. That Rockin' Man.
What do you think he meant by that?
Yeah, like, see, but the thing is, it's like, who gives a shit if he's gay? He makes wonderful music. You know what I mean? Like
B2K were there.
Like if B2K made wonderful music, nobody would give a shit.
That was back during
if
the
they were or
boy
weren't
band.
gay. They wouldn't be like, oh, they're B2K. They'd be like B2.
They were just looking for something to
way
cash
awesome.
in. At the time, they were looking for somebody to cash in on the boy band thing. Because remember back then,
Oh, yeah.
this is the early 2000s.
Yeah.
Backstreet Boys and NSYNC were kind of,
Still hot, kind of.
sort of still hot, but they were kind of dropping a
Well,
little
a lot
bit.
of other stuff spawned out of that, like
Yeah.
resurgence
And then
of boy
eventually,
bands.
of course, one of the guys in NSYNC came out.
Well, you
by
would
surprise.
figure. You would figure between Backstreet and
But still,
NSYNC, that's one.
somebody, yeah.
That's 1 out of 10, right? Like,
But people were surprised over that. I'm like, yo, you noticed that shit?
yeah, that shit ain't surprising at all.
My only surprise that it wasn't Justin, because he looked kind of suspect too.
I
don't
think
know,
that
man.
was Justin's.
I'm not Trey. I'm
what
sorry,
they,
but I'm not into judging people that look gay.
Yeah, that look like.
I wouldn't say such a
hold
thing,
on, wait.
Trey.
Too bad I just did.
But yeah, I don't know what the next verse is gonna be, but they gotta do something.
gotta
with the
do
verses.
better.
They got to come up with somebody
gotta
that
do
people
better.
have heard of that they want to see.
They had one with KRS and
Can
Big
we-
Daddy Kane.
Can we do like
They need to do like Billy
Crazy
Joel
and
and Elton
Busta?
John.
You want who in Boston?
Crazy and Buster?
Crazy Bone.
Crazy Bone?
And Buster?
I don't think Crazy
Nah.
Bone's
Crazy
got
Bone
the
don't
level
have.
of...
He doesn't
Nah.
have that catalog.
Yeah, he doesn't have that
Crazy Bone
deep.
ain't got the hits.
Who could, but who
Crazy
could go
Bone
up against
could-
Buster? though?
Crazy
Think about
Bone
this.
could drop that
'Cause-
green CD, Thug Mentality.
No, there's not
no,
20,
there's not.
20 hits on that.
He needs to have 20 hits as
You
a
need 20
soloist.
bangers, man. But and you talking about Busta motherfucking Rhymes?
Bruh, you talking about
Busta
you
Rhymes
talking
and Game
about-
Over.
Time out. We're gonna back down to Thug Mentality, green CD, double disc. You not
Okay,
gonna tell me
yeah, I
that
know.
wasn't a double banger?
Hold up. Posthumously, DMX could have got in Busta Rhymes' ass.
Oh, DMX and
That
Busta would have been some
versus-
slick.
That would have been a
I
good
would've seen
versus.
that, yeah.
That would have been a
Yeah.
good
I
verse. But
would've wanted to
DMX,
see
they
that.
had DMX
First off.
against Snoop though.
Well,
They had DMX and
that's
Snoop.
fucking dope too.
That was a good one too.
You know.
Because DMX and Snoop were there
Snoop-
going back and forth singing each other's song.
Yeah. They even did
Or they were doing each other's songs?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
did it. Versus is like a fucking giant party concert. You know what I mean? Just
basically is.
online.
They even did a gospel verses last Easter.
Holy shit, did they?
Yeah. It
Oh
was,
yeah, that's right. They
It
did.
was Mary Mary versus
Yeah.
BB and CC
CeCe
Winans.
Winans.
Is
Yeah,
that
I
like
forgot.
Mary, Mary?
No.
Nah, this is the gospel joint.
Why
This
you
is
bugging?
gospel verses. They did a gospel version.
I'm surprised they didn't have like Kirk Franklin do a versus with somebody.
Kirk Franklin would have went off on
See,
somebody.
you're
He'd have cut
so
somebody out.
you're so out of the realm of my knowledge base when you get into like gospel artists. or,
Oh,
like-
see, yeah. I know a few, not a lot, but Kirk Franklin, he was a pimp of the gospel shit. He was
He
pimping
might slip up and
choirs.
cuss.
Now, Mike, did you check out the video I made in the video that I made
Hold
for the
on.
episode? Go about
I
8.5 minutes in.
I didn't get a chance
you
to look
see
at
it
it
yet?
yet.
Y'all
You
should.
know he, but I haven't had a chance
You
to.
can turn it down and just watch. Like, go to about 8 minutes and 20 seconds or so and let it ride in the most recent video. Was it most recent, or was it the one before?
Wait a minute, I got
The
the
one
app.
before.
The one with the elephants. Like,
Let's just say
yeah, it's the one with the elephants. Cause like
Babar ain't playing, y'all.
Babar ain't playing. And Babar, and a throwback to the King of New York. Shout out Frank White. Shout out Biggie Smalls. Like Notorious B.I.G. making the references. Frank White, King of New York. Frank White, King of New York. You know what I'm saying? So Frank White has this great sequence at the end of the movie where he rolls up into the funeral and blasts this motherfucker. It says Frank White's the King of New York and Babar is the king of that motherfucking elephants with his fucking crown on his shit. He just shows up. You know what I mean? It's some wonderful shit.
Yeah.
Damn, Mike, take your time.
Yeah, man, look, I got turtle fingers, brother.
Guess what? You need one of these, my man. You get yourself one of these.
It'll still do the same thing.
No, it won't. It's got this little tiny little pointer pinker. You
All of
see
a sudden now
that?
he's got turtle digits.
It's like, yes.
He's got turtle gadget
You
now.
see
so-
that? People on the camera. I won't zoom
I've
in
heard
because
of
I don't have that
sausage fingers,
level.
But turtle fingers?
Yeah.
They're bigger than sausage fingers.
I might be able to.
Donatello.
I might have zoomed in. Yeah, now I'm going to run another picture of Donatello. Did you see that shit? I ran a Donatello
Bam.
picture next to you. Like you had your hand up, your big meaty hand, and I had that Donatello one, and it's almost the same.
Hey, Big
I got the
D.
Ninja Turtles now. Speaking of Ninja Turtles 4 on the Super,
Oh, so now you have it?
So now you got it.
Do you have 4 controllers?
I got 2 controllers. We've been living it rough this week.
Can
This
we
week has
plug
been
in
rough.
Well,
4? Like if I bring a
granted-
controller, can I plug it in?
He needs an adapter.
I need to get an adapter.
You need the 4-way
and then
adapter?
I guess maybe I'd have to get that figured out like
that
that.
retro bitch doesn't have 4 plugs for all the systems? That would make me mad as fuck, dude. I'd be like, yeah,
You know
go.
what it should?
It should, because it
should. Wait a
can.
minute, does it have? It has the.
It should, because it should be able to, because it
Does it
can.
have the regular controls? Like, does it have the adapter?
It's got a
for
Super
the-
Nintendo controller, so you just don't use 2 buttons when you're playing a Nintendo game.
Okay.
Right, but can I plug in a Nintendo or Super Nintendo controller to the box? Or
Not
do
the
you
box.
need-
No, it's a different outlet plug.
So you need an adapter to plug
like the
in.
outlet, you might be able to plug a Super Nintendo up because it kind of looks like a Super Nintendo, don't like the long, flat. 3-prong, 4-prong shits or something. So it may look like you can use a regular Super. I ain't tried that yet.
Damn,
If that's
man.
the case, then all I would need to do, we'd get a 4-way. But I don't know if you can play 4-player on that bitch. It just says 2-player.
No.
So it doesn't have the 4-player
doesn't
setup.
have that.
I don't know if there ever was a.
If it doesn't have
was there ever a turtle game where you could play straight 4-player on it? I know arcades
know.
don't.
I'm
But like a
pretty sure
Nintendo or
arcade
Super
you could.
Nintendo?
Arcade, yes, but
Yeah, the regular games where if you're like a turtle on a mission on a level, I don't think you could be
Yeah, nah.
like all 4 at the same time or have 4
I don't think
different
you really
people.
could.
Because like that first Turtles game that we were talking about swimming under the dam, like that just took forever. And
Yeah,
That's when
I
you
like
start
that. That
out,
was
you gotta
the
go in the,
original one.
in the sewer and then go back out the sewer and in the building or
you would
whatever.
go through the holes and you'd
And
get in
you
this
just
Yeah,
drive
van
that
down
and
shit,
and
ride
yeah, that's
around.
only 1-player. Never
Yeah.
be 2-player.
Yeah.
Ever in
Well,
life.
that's how you got to pass the
The
control.
next one,
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You gotta like
yeah.
work in tandem and pass the controls
sticks.
and be like, yo, you try, try this. You gotta like talk, you gotta coach each other through
Yeah,
a
that
game
shit's
like
a
that.
live action.
Yeah, like that's the only way I've ever seen it get progressed through well is when there's multiple people all taking turns and everybody's doing it and they're all talking about what they're doing and talking their way through it.
I just saw that.
oh, you just saw
Oh
that.
yeah, show the Jew. You like that shit?
I'm about to rewind it back for
But
you.
yo,
I'm gonna have to
when
replay
I
it on
saw
this
that,
video.
I was thankfully on my lunch hour when I watched the video. I was like, yeah. All you
What?
see is just Babar roll through.
But no, so I forgot where I was going
Like
with
I
some shit.
I figured out how to do that shit, and so that sort of thing is probably gonna be coming more some in Mason and Fringe.
As we like throw
Perfect entertainment.
our little perks and shit up in there.
Well, as I figure out how to do more stuff, I'm gonna do more stuff. You know, the more comfortable I get. Like I didn't know how to do that. I just thought about it, and I was like, I'll bet if I did that, it would work.
Yeah,
and
just fuck with it, see
And then
what
I
happens.
literally ripped that shit off of YouTube, off of some website that I figured out how to do the first time. I was like, well, let me see if I can figure out how to do this. So I got it on my computer, then I put it in Premiere Pro, then I added the face in and shit.
Yep.
Shit is cracking me up, dog.
And all you saw was Babar.
Yeah. Because I just pasted
So,
Babar's face over
Be careful
Christopher Walken.
if you're having a funeral and you're around some elephants and you see one show up with a crown on his head, you know what time it
That's
is.
if
gotta
you
watch
pissed
out.
off the elephant.
That's
That's
right.
the other thing. You had to
You
piss
better
him
not.
off.
Like, and that's
Because
really.
that reminded me of something that happened. This was back in the 90s. I think they had an elephant kicking field goals and the elephant snapped and just started kicking people
No,
off.
it was a motherfucker at the circus.
There
that
was
they
one at the
whipping him.
circus.
And that motherfucker went on a rampage.
He's
and
in like
fucked the
Wisconsin
crowd
or
up.
something.
Yeah.
He went out and got in the
Like,
streets.
Oh, yeah. I was like,
Yeah.
all right, so
Yeah.
y'all want to tear shit up.
Yeah, that motherfucker went and got in the
He
streets.
got tired
man.
of that shit.
That shit was real.
That's why
They
Rick,
was
yeah,
whooping
they went
that
after,
motherfucker. Your name is Toby.
not anymore.
Kunta. Pa, your name is Toby.
That
Your
would
name
be-
is Babar.
I can't.
Yeah.
You will stand on the ball with 1 foot.
Yep. He said, man, fuck
That's why I
y'all.
can't fuck with people that have like animal acts. That's why I couldn't really get into Siegfried and Roy.
Well, dude, you know, I hate fucking the privates or the sale of animals and shit. The way like puppy mills and shit happen. And,
Yeah,
and,
they've actually. I think they
Like Tiger
shut.
King.
Yeah, I
like,
can't
no, I
fuck
mean
with
worse
that.
than that. Like, I think that, I think Virginia's been doing something really good lately because there's some politician that I see on Facebook, and there was like Beagle puppy mills that he helped to bust.
Yeah, I remember that.
He's been
Yeah,
trying
I
to
saw
get some
that.
kind
They
of,
had commercials. He been on TV and
They
shit.
shut him down fast.
yeah, they're trying to shut that shit down.
Yeah, like, and you mentioned Tiger King. I'm like, ugh, I fucking hated that shit.
I
was
never
never
watched
gonna watch it because I am not gonna watch a gay man who's addicted to crystal meth have 4 husbands.
Is that too gay for Trey?
I'm not saying that it is, but
He's
the
not
premise
going that
of the
route.
premise of the show
But-
is just ridiculous. It was just utterly ridiculous.
But like I watched the shit, you know what I mean? Because I wanted to see what the deal is. What was the deal with the fucking tigers and shit?
I watched one episode.
Tiger King
and that
is the
it.
tiger dude and shit.
Yeah.
God damn.
Oh, dude, he was apparently like turning out straight dudes and marrying them. Like,
Oh, was he? He was
Yeah,
pimping dudes too as well as
I think he like had
tigers?
like two or three
I think
different
so.
guys.
Did he have all different kind of tigers or just one
No,
kind of tiger?
he just had
Like
fucking.
Siberian one
no,
tiger?
he had a
like
bunch of tigers.
He had a
different
lot of
kinds,
tigers,
or
but
just
they weren't.
the one kind,
they were just
the one brand. You know what I mean? Like
I don't know.
One
White
particular
tigers, he had the
breed.
regular
Nah,
tigers,
He
and
just had orange and black. Fucking, I would say Bengal tigers.
Yeah, regular tigers.
Well, yeah, I don't know.
And then fucking somebody, the guy that took over, he ended up getting a liger and
Those are scary big, dude. They're scary big.
because
That's
they're not,
like a- what-
That's a tiger bred with a lion.
and they
And-
come
Oh,
out
wow.
huge.
And they come out
Oh, they're
mad,
beefy as
mad
fuck.
thick, son.
God damn,
but they
that's what I'm
can't
talking about.
reproduce because they're not
That's
fucking
right.
naturally made.
They're like a mule.
They're petri
Yeah,
dishes.
yeah, they mutt.
Well, they're able to be conceived, but they're not able to have any sort of genetic
Yeah.
match to make another
Plus,
with.
their size and their stature isn't healthy for that animal anyway.
Dude, they're just that's something that
They're
probably
actually
shouldn't
a
go on.
mutant. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Something like that probably shouldn't be happening.
Yeah. Like,
But hell, fucking, I mean, hell, we got ears growing on backs of fucking pigs and shit. you
Well,
know?
that is like for the betterment of to put an ear onto a motherfucker. Like, I
Yeah.
kind of get that, but I also kind of find it like kind of scary. But you know, I mean, hopefully we can just get
Oh,
good enough with stem
speaking of
cells to just
fucking
kind of
ears.
like sort of build them on. You know
My
what I mean?
sister ended up getting some Tyson greenery. And said that shit put her ass the fuck down. I was like, well, yeah.
Is it an indica?
Because it's from the medical joint.
That's the medical joint,
Did he get
yeah.
did she get an indica of it?
I want to say it might be an indica. I know
Because if
she
she's
got
like
some
glued to the
flour.
couch, you know.
She
like-
said, man, she hit that motherfucker shit.
and next
she,
thing you know, you was out like
she
Mitch
said
Green.
she was gone. She
right,
said
so-
she was knocked the fuck out. I said, well, that Tyson put you down. That's what Tyson do.
Bro, that's what I'm talking. She didn't let me know this
All
information.
you have
This
to
is
do is
vital
hit her up,
information.
motherfucker. All you
This
you
is
have her
vital
number.
information. I didn't
You
know this
have her
now.
number.
Y'all still got a number that we're
Yes,
talking
she did.
about.
Matter of fact, she posted
Man,
it
ask
on
Swayze for the number.
Instagram.
For real. Let Patrick Swayze make the call.
Oh, she granted.
Yeah, she grabbed her fucking. She said, movie night with the hubby with a fucking picture of the Tyson shit she got. And Tyson shit knocked her the fuck out.
So she didn't make it through the movie?
Shit, nah. My brother-in-law was like, man, I turned around, she gone, you know? I was like, damn.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, with that said, we're going to have to bring this episode of the Mason and Friends show to a close.
Yep.
Being that I'm doing videos, I'm going to try to like keep the episode shorter if I
There
get
you
it
go,
out.
yeah.
Because goddamn, these hour and 5 minuters are fucking hard.
Killing you, huh?
Killing me, dog. The 40 minutes are rough. So, yeah. We'd like to thank you so much for listening. We'd
Yes,
like
we
to
do.
encourage you to listen to old episodes. We'd also like to encourage you to be nice to people that look like you and be nice to people that don't look like you. Don't be a dick.
Little bits by little bits, ladies and gentlemen. Keep moving forward.
Invest in your mental wealth, and as Lady T would say, protect your energy.
Yeah.
Amen to that. So just remember, you got to keep grinding on the shit you're trying to get done because that's how things get
We
done.
believe in you.
We believe in you. We love you very much.
Love y'all.
Peace be with you.
Go.
We out of here.